You know, each time we come to the beginning of the year, I feel like cursing the devil. Right now, I feel like cursing the devil. Now, why I have to curse the devil is because of what I want to reveal to you. Satan is a specialist in stealing people's life. Now, if you allow Satan to steal your life, you don't have anything. A man who lost his life doesn't have anything. A man that lost his life doesn't have, he's an idiot. A lot of people who lost their life are giving back to children. They are buying cars without life. They can't relate with God because they have no life. People were saying, Shepherd, you just came back from Galilee, you're having a program. I said, who are you asking to talk? There is a life I have that must be invested this way. I said, there is. I have not lost my life. There are things men that didn't lose their life don't do. And what I'm trying to tell you is my testimony as my first sharing. It is not always difficult for me to know a man that lost his life, because he's a wanderer. He's a man that lost his life that can go to 3 churches in a month. Is he dead? It is a man that lost his life that do 20 jobs. Because if your life is with you, there are things you don't do. There is no life that's not attached to a purpose. Let me say again. I said there is not to a purpose. Every life is attached to a purpose, and every life is attached. Every life is attached to a style of living. So quickly, lions know that they are lions. And they say, hey, Shepherd, you just need to rest. You free Galilee program. I said, what will I be doing when it is 3? I said, what will I be? When it is 3, what will I be doing? What was I doing yesterday? So what you're saying is that I should continue with sleeping. Throughout yesterday I was sleeping. Even when after I slept like an hour, I got up, I was tired of sleeping. I said, I want to be in church to preach. A fool is saying I should continue. That I should. May somebody who lost his life not. So I would like us to pray and say, Lord, thank you for making this year peculiar. Go ahead. Spectacular. Awesome. Awesome. Quickly. Make it awesome. Thank you for making it awesome. Thank you for making it wonderful. Thank you for making it great. Somebody, I can hear your prayer. Salababa Sharadadababa. Librodos, and having your way in this meeting in Jesus' mighty name. You may be seated. I'm taking on, it is only those who lost their lives that can be wanderers. It is only those that lost their lives that can. Somebody cannot be a wanderer except his life is taken. Except his. And being a wanderer simply means he doesn't have family. No, he will not have family. He's a wanderer. He's already a wanderer. They put prodigal son went into his father's house and left it. And the Bible says he was like, my son was dead, but he's what? But he's alive. He was lost. That means throughout that time, that boy was not in the house. He was dead. Throughout that time, he wasn't in the father's house. That was a dead person. I said, that was what? Let's look at the book of Luke chapter 15. You will see it. Now, please, I would like you to listen. If you look up here, I'm going to give you a gift. The greatest form of poverty is the subjection that make men lose their life. That is the highest form of poverty in eternity, not only on earth. The highest form of poverty in eternity. Why? I will show you how to know people who lost their life. Let's look at the book of Luke chapter 15, because you see, it's in me. It's in me to help you with something in the book of Luke chapter 15. Verse number. Church, I announced in Galilee that I will be here. So I wonder why people are surprised. I said in Galilee that I'm going to be where? I did not say it in Galilee. And I'm here. So why have some people around? I said it in Galilee camp. In Luke chapter 15 verse 24, he says, and for this my son was dead
and is alive again.
Now, I would like you to look at the word. The guy died when he left his father's house, when he left purpose, when he left where he belonged, when he disconnected from himself. God's idea of that boy is that he's dead. So all wanderers are dead. Listen, nobody goes up and down in the street except Satan have taken somebody's life. Do you know the essence of what going from place to place? The essence of going to place is that people must be going from place to place so that they can meet where they died. They have to keep on moving up and down to meet the killer. To meet. Because if they stay with me, I can't kill them. So they have to leave me to live for somebody who will kill them. Why? Because they have already lost. Preaching doesn't give that dead life back. That's what preachers don't know. Now, if you look at the Bible qualifies with two things. 24, it said either he is dead or he is lost. Can you finish it? He was lost and
is found,
and he began to
be married.
And they began to be married. They began to be married concerning. Do you know what it means to take your inheritance and squander it? Don't forget, the boy didn't squander inheritance. He squandered his life. Because the moment that you live where you belong, any other person outside where you belong is somebody who is helping you to squander your life. So it is not just about squandering things. It's about squandering life first. Now, I would like you to listen. All the evil that took over the race of man on earth, all the evil that took over the destiny of men started from there. Somebody have to leave daddy's house to be poor, to die, to be wretched, to go to hell. When God created Adam, he gave Adam a place. Adam couldn't die in Eden, so he walked out and died. Not only that guy Adam died, Adam started doing odd job outside Eden. He started tilling the ground because he left place of honor and started doing odd job. I said he started doing odd job because he has left his place. So the capital job of Satan on earth, I'm revealing him, is to steal people's life. When he steals the people's life, when he steals people's life, he subjects them to wandering. He provides alternatives to them. The girl is now selling tomato, or she's now doing hair salon. She did hair salon for 18 months in Calabar, and after 18 months she came to Aja to do hair salon, and then after another 18 months in Aja, he went to Kaduna State and started another salon in one lungu. Now you cannot make her to sit down because she's dead. I said you cannot, because what? Excuse me, how can she sit down? She had to be moving to meet where death will kill her. Very painful thing. Because that is how Satan steals. Satan steals the life of men through ancient gods, through fallen gods. He steals people's life. Look at John chapter 10 verse 10, and then 17 and 18. People cannot have listen. Some people say, I'm looking for money. I say, shameful you. A man created in the image of God, you want to live for food. I'm not eating. I didn't eat before I come to the altar. I'm not looking for food. When you are where you belong, you don't look for food. The family provide you food. The family provide you inheritance. You become part of a place. Your daddy cares about those things, so you don't look for it. Adam didn't till ground in Eden, and Satan knows that Adam cannot be made subject to caricature until he goes out. Eloka is there. Eloka is there. He is there. I told him something now before he went to the bank in the morning. I told him to transfer a certain amount of money to a man of God. I told him, I said, whatever you must do in this life, to transfer money to a man who is not begging you for money, but because he has the face of God. If a man has the face of God, you will treat him as a God. He will not beg you, but when you call God, his face will appear. Kennedy, treating people that have the face of God as God. Don't say you're coming back, because I came back since. Treating people that has the face of God as God. I'm going to do it in the second sharing. John chapter 10 verse 10. I told him, I said, whatever you must do to bring your son to where he'll be sleeping, and God will command people to put money in his account. There is no honor bigger. Maybe you're a mother, you're not hearing me. There are people that when you say, oh God, their face will appear. There is no honor on earth that is greater. Where are you going to go and put money? Did the man come on phone? And you think I'm the only person who is putting the money in that account? If you're looking at me and you think you're the only person putting money in my account, you're joking. You're just joking. When you say, oh God, oh ancient of days, oh Lion of Judah, there is no way you can separate me from the answer. When it's not whether you're angry or anything. The angel is already testifying. I will share it more. 5 minutes. So that we came from a place where we don't recognize it. That is why our people are not taking tithe from people. Melchizedek appeared with the face of God, and Abraham was commanded. You think it is by hard work you will be rich? Which work? Which work? Who can work hard? It's by command. Satan steals people. John 10:10, through fallen gods. And if you're hearing me, you've lost your life, you have to recover it. And God caused every power. God caused every power that uses fallen gods to take the life of people. Let those gods in the heavens, whether they are spirit, let them be cursed. And let lives that are stolen return back. People whose life are stolen return back to themselves. Like the prodigal son who went back. John 10:10.
The thief cometh not but for to steal,
To destroy,
and to kill.
I count that you might have life,
And that they might have it more abundantly.
you might have it more abundantly. There is a thief that steals life. A particular thief. Satan does not steal life that are not lost through wandering. Can I say it again? I said Satan can't steal lives that are not lost through wandering. So if you hear that Satan is a stealer has stolen a life, that life was first lost. May your life not be lost. Now please hear me. I hear people who said spiritual armed robber. Spiritual this. If there is no armed robber that steals from people who didn't lose their lives, when God gives you charge of your life, you will be in charge of what you have. If you look at verse 17 and 18, the capital assignment of the visionary Christ was to help Jesus preserve his life. Therefore, does my Father love me because I laid down my life, that I might take it again? No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself. And I have power to lay it down, I have power to take it again. This commandment have I received of. Now, that is a life that is not lost. As I'm talking to you, I have not lost my life. I can't lose my life. Now, if I can't lose my life, then I can't lose things. If I can't lose my life, then I can't beg. You need your life for dominion. I said you need your life for rule. You need your life for dominion. Now, when you have your life, you don't lack things. Every life has its command. When Adam was in Eden, Adam commanded the garden, our garden of vision. Please, can you look up? When Joseph was in Egypt, he had a seat of command. If people cannot command things, it is because they lost their lives. Let me say again. I say if people cannot command things, it is because they lost their lives. There is no human being that have his life with him intact that cannot command things. Jesus built a spiritual kingdom. The Messianic spiritual kingdom of Jesus was built from a preserved life. I don't know what I'm saying anything. When Esther preserved her life by the help of Mordecai, she became a queen. If somebody is suffering for a long time, what that person did was to lose his life. And when people lose their life, suffering doesn't end. Now, when people have life, whatever they have is sufficient for them because they know what matters. I don't know what I'm saying anything. I say whatever they have is sufficient for them because, listen, I don't care whether what I'm telling you will get you angry or happy. When people were saying that God should give them wife, that God give them wife, there is no man on earth that God give wife. God doesn't give men wife. Excuse me. Men lost. When men lose who they are, they will go and take a woman that is on her own. A man have to lose his life to get married. And if his happiness is looking for in God, a woman will never provide it. a woman will never provide you with happiness from God. Maybe you will know when you go to hellfire. A woman will never provide you with happiness. Happiness from God comes from vision. I said, from what? From vision. Vision is a spirit. Vision makes, the spirit of vision makes you happy. Some other people say that women compliment them. If you didn't lose your life, how can you look for makeup? The Eve that Adam went and took was still what killed the Adam. You don't blame Eve because Adam have died. It was death that made Adam to go and take her. If Adam was fine, he wouldn't take her. Now, some idiots, when they hear what I'm preaching, they get angry because they are dead. I preach this in as head of life and what? And immortality. Some people say they will not die, but they like what kill men. They are meddling around what kill men. If you won't die, that particular expensive covenant has a lifestyle. I said that particular. How do you, excuse me, the Bible call it the last enemy. How do you want to use a passive life, a casual approach to sanctity, to defeat the last enemy? An enemy that have killed generals in the time past, kill saints, make mockery of them. You want to give partial approach, a complacent approach to something, to a devoted evil spirit who function beyond the grave. Listen, this year I am terrible, I'm brutal. Listen, I am brutal about truth. As I am what? I am very, very brutal about truth. I don't, the hour of my diplomacy ended 2023. I am very, very brutal. So that those who want to run for their life should start running early. There is something I said there about wait season, about wait. Now, if you look at it's something I said, this is an irregular and abnormal time. I am going to share it before I go on to the having the face of God, when men put on the face of God. Now, one of the ways to know that you are great in life is to have ability to understand time. Because you cannot know what to do until you know time. It is time that helps you to know what the plan of God. So this particular time is irregular. What do I say? Yes, it's an irregular time. It's an abnormal time. Because and that is why abnormal things must keep happening. When some people are saying this one is happening here, this I say they are happening, they can't stop. It cannot stop in any time because the time itself is already abnormal. I said the time itself is abnormal by God. He said there will be war and rumors of war. It doesn't end. Why? Because the time is abnormal and irregular. Now, the only sanctuary of safety should be built from understanding. 2 Corinthians 12:32. That is why should be built from understanding. Should be built from understanding. Like the children of Issachar, the Bible said they had understanding of their time to know what they ought to do. So this is 2024. Do you understand this time? This prophetic time. Now, if you understand this prophetic time, you will know what you ought to do. My prayer for you is that may your eyes open to know what you ought to do in an irregular time, in an abnormal time. That is why they were leaders. In case you don't know, the church is looking for leaders, a prophetic army that will provide direction, because there is safety in direction.